Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Tommy, aka Boxule, back in for another video. And today we're gonna be teaching you guys how to make a Rocket League thumbnail, kind of like Thanovic and Stripe and all of them. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Alright guys, so we're gonna be doing this off Photoshop. Alright. And if you haven't noticed, the big red wallpaper right here is subscribe to the channel. Alright. Trying to hit 1,000 by Christmas. So yeah, help us out. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, let's get into it. So we're doing Photoshop. Alright, so what you want to do is start up Photoshop. Should have something like this, or just go on create new. And then once you do that, it's in my saved right here. So you're gonna do 1280 by 720. Alright. I have this saved as thumbnail, and then you're gonna have the resolution of 72. And then yeah, pretty much all of these you can copy all the settings right here. But yeah, so after that we're gonna create, and you're gonna have a blank canvas. All right. And then now what we need to do is you can go into Rocket League and pretty much just screenshot some backgrounds. All right, so you got like stuff like this, pretty much all this stuff that you can do. And then also if the cards that you want to do, put them in green screen, just put them in like high quality, stuff like that, high quality all around. And yeah, just green screen them, go on the angles, stuff like that. The whole thumbnail that we're gonna be doing right now is gonna be for the Mustang. All right, so yeah, the Mustang just came out probably around a week ago. So yeah, it's still new. We're gonna make a thumbnail for it. All right, so yeah, let's get straight into it. All right guys, here we go. So once you got your background of the background that you want, just drag it in there on Photoshop. Make sure when you bring it in, you're gonna rasterize the layer. All right, and then so you'll be able to like free transform it, edit it, and all that stuff. So what we're gonna do first is pretty much a little square right here, the rectangular marquee tool. We're gonna click that and drag it, and we're gonna end it off from where the sky touches kind of like the grass. All right, so we're gonna select and mask that. And what I like to do is around like 25, I like to do it on the feather. So just press OK. Make sure to copy these settings, output to new layer, and then let me redo that. Yeah, don't do the shift edge 100, just do that as default. Yeah, so yeah, copy those settings, press OK. All right, unhide the background again, go down. Now do from the grass, kind of go right here from the grass down, then select and mask that, and then yeah, just 25.0, and then you can unhide the background so they're all one. So pretty much for the grass, what we're gonna do is go to filter, sharpen, and then unsharp mask. All right, and you can play around with these. Pretty much what I like to do is around 64. I like to do in the radius, bring it down to like 4.9. Press OK for that. And then for the sky, make sure to do filter, blur, and then this one right here, the Gaussian blur, or the Gaussian. I like to do around like 2. Yeah, it all depends on it though. And then just unhide the background. And then what I like to do with all of these is just group it into a folder, and then we're going to rename it into like BG, which is background. And then now what we're going to do is make it bright. All right, make sure that when people see the thumbnail, it kind of catches their eye. So what we're going to do here is go to this little circle with the half, and then we're going to do brightness first. Right click on it, go to create clipping mask, so it's only going to the background. Press auto, and then you can play with this if you want. So we'll leave it on 15 or right there. Contrast, we'll go 100. But then we can also do vibrance. Same thing, create clipping mask. We want our edits to only be on the background for now. All right, so we want it to be bright, so we're gonna do a vibrance 100. You can always like kind of re-go with it, see which ones you like better. And then saturation, I don't really mess with that often, so I just leave it on like 0. But yeah, let's look at it. Looks pretty good. So what we'll do is to make it more like make it all one color, because you can see like the discolorations in the grass. We're gonna hit that half circle again and go hue/saturation, create a clipping mask right here, and then click this little box, and we'll go yellows because that looks like more of a yellow to me. So now what we're gonna do is pretty much make sure that yellow is more green, kind of blends in. It does right there. There we go. But we'll mess around with these, see what we're working with. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We're maybe make it a little bit darker here. Yeah, there we go. We'll make it a little bit darker. And what we'll do is press Control-I to invert it. Use our paintbrush right here. Change it to white. And then make sure this layer right here is selected, the hue/saturation. And we're just going to go over it. Just so that the sky and stuff, we don't want any of like the unwanted yellow or like changing it to green on our like sky or anything like that. So yeah, there we go right here. Go around. And yeah, so it looks pretty good. Don't miss any spots here. And then now what we'll do is right here we see some blue. What we'll do is we'll do this. So we'll make another hue/saturation. Just because I see that it's messing with this blue on the back here. So what we'll do is create clipping mask, create that one. Do the same thing, cyan. Right there with it. And I'm pretty sure that's it. Press Control-I. Go with our paintbrush and just go over that little spacing right there. Go around. Just to make it look at least the same color as each other. Yeah. Alright, now that we got the background good, we're gonna add in the cars. Alright guys, here we go. So yeah, just drag in your car that you want with the green screen. Then, just like you do with the background, make sure to rasterize the layer. Yeah, you drop it in, right click on the layer, and then rasterize the layer. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is press select, color range, and then we're gonna click the green. Alright, then click on image, that little dot right there, and then invert. And then make sure your fuzziness is on 200. You can play around with that, but I like to leave it on 200. So then press OK, then press select, select and mask. And then now just zero everything, make sure it's all on default. So that's just the car, no green. You might still have some green, but this is what we're about to do next, is right click on your, well not right click, but click on your Mustang layer. Let's rename it to just Mustang. And then now what we're gonna do is press a half circle, hue/saturation, create the clipping mask for your layer. Click in the box, go to green, and then now we're just gonna put it to -100, because you can see that the green. So what we'll do is saturation -100. This is gonna kind of block out the green, and then we'll darken it also as well. All right, and then also what we'll do here is we see some yellow in like the Mustang, so we'll go to yellow, put that to about, you can play around with this, but I can already tell, go to -100. Let's see here, just to make it look kind of like normal and not completely just white, we'll go like around 55. All right, so it still has some shadow in there, stuff like that. We can also see some orange or red So what we'll do is go to that, put neg 100. See right there, yeah, put a neg 100. What we'll do here is we'll put it to 100 for the grill. All right, but we'll control I it. Well, let me redo it. All right, here we go. So yeah, what we'll do is press half circle again, do another hue layer, create the clipping mask for it. Go to red, put it as a saturation, put negative 100, make it plus 100. But for the wheels, what we'll do here is we're gonna invert this. All right, make sure to go down with your brush, make sure it's on white. Just do the grill here, go around the car. Yeah, because what we'll do is we want the car to not have any like orange into it, but we want the wheels to be darker. What we'll do is just pretty much brush out the car just like that. All right, and what we'll do is add another hue / saturation, create the clipping mask for that, go to reds again, put negative, and then drop it down so the wheels are dark. All right, and then yeah, so pretty much once you do that, press on your Mustang layer or press on your car, whichever one you have, and then go to FX and then stroke, and make sure your stroke, we do it around probably 4. Make sure the position is outside, make sure it's white, press OK, and then we'll use our eraser right here to kind of erase kind of like the outside like border and stuff like that. And then we'll come in here, do a pencil. So yeah, just come in with a pencil, which is right here in the mode. Put as pencil on your eraser, zoom in on your there we go, zoom in on your car, and just get kind of smooth out the line of the outline on your car. All right, just make sure everything looks tip top, doesn't look really jagged or anything like that. Press Control Z if you mess up, just like that. There we go. There we go. Come up here, round off good. All right, there we go. So now what we'll do is we're gonna make this car huge, or at least pretty good in like the normal eye, or at least similar. So we'll put it around here. Looks pretty good. Probably smaller. Has it a little bit smaller than that. Move it around. Yeah. All right, here we go. So yeah, now what we'll do is right click where it says stroke, right click, my fault, right click on that, and then create layer for it. So now it's just your it creates your outer stroke as a layer so that you can like actually erase it without having to erase the car too. So what we'll do is where pretty much the car is like touching grass, at least like on the bottom, we're gonna literally erase that. All right, just like that. We'll leave it kind of have some room here, but yeah, just like that. Then what we'll do now is put our mode back into brush, and then what we'll do is use our eraser, grass eraser. So what this is you gotta literally cut out a grass texture and make it into a eraser. Alright, this tutorial's out that. This is just one I have. It's not really a select like thing that you can download for it, which you could probably can if you look up like grass texture erasers for Photoshop. But yeah, there's videos on it, but this is what we'll use is a grass eraser. Put it to like maybe like 80. Click on the Mustang, then just click. It's probably too big, so what we'll do is lower it to like 45. Come up and like just click around it. Make it look like decent, like it is actually in the grass. Come up here. Just like that. Yeah, just like that. We see some white there, so what we'll do is click on that outer stroke, go back to our original like eraser. I put it to pencil, but then now just erase that white that's underneath the car. That's just the green. Just like that. All right, so now it looks like it's actually in the grass. Right here, what I like to do right here is use a brush because it fades it better into like the grass texture. As you can see it kind of fading into it. Yeah, I like to do that more than the pencil. But yeah, once you see it right there, what we'll do is just put these all into a folder. Don't forget the outer stroke. Put that, drag into this little folder icon, and name this as Mustang. Now we're gonna create vibrance. Create clipping mask for that. Put that at 100, just to make it more vibrant, which it does. Saturation. Actually, we can make it into 100 because doesn't look bad. Looks pretty good actually. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, so now what we do is do a brightness, create clipping mask, do auto. You can do auto if you like. I like to do it a lot and then just kind of change it if I want it. So brightness, put on like 11, and contrast. This is what I like to do here is pretty much I like to do contrast, put it to like I think 1. That's where it was before. Now we're gonna create another brightness contrast, create the clipping mask, do the contrast all the way to -50. And then pretty much go invert on it. Do your brush, make sure you're in white, and then go with the tires or the wheels. And just go over it. Because now you're making the wheels brighter. It makes the wheels look more kind of real, if that makes sense. Just like that, and then we can also use the brightness to kind of brighten the wheels up as well. Do it around like 17, which it looks pretty good. All right, so now what we'll do is we're gonna add a layer, which is this little plus in the square. What we'll do there is now drag this layer right behind the Mustang. So right here on top of our layers clips right here. Don't drag this into like one of the layers because then it's just gonna go onto that layer and you don't want that. So what we'll do now is use our brush, make sure we're gonna add a shadow, so put black, and yeah, make sure it's in like brush. I like to do it like kind of high so that I don't have to really add that much into it. But now we're just gonna draw kind of a shadow, what you think the car's shadow would be like in real life. Just like that. So yeah. All right, that's good. No, I'm kidding. So what we'll do here is change the opacity on it to around, let's say, I like to do around like 60, honestly. And then I like to also go with my eraser. Come up here and like just thin line it to where I think the shadow is kind of like over dramatic at, which right there looks pretty good. Yeah. And maybe change it to 67. Yeah. All right, here we go. Yeah. And then let me go here. Now we'll do it. We'll keep it at 11. But yeah, so far so good. All right. So yeah, so this is pretty much what you want to do with it, and as you can tell, it looks pretty good. It looks more like it's actually like a real life thumbnail. It's not really like an in-game. It looks like you actually like have talent, if that makes sense. So yeah, it looks pretty good so far. So what we'll do now is we'll add some accessories here and there, and we'll be finished up. All right guys, so what we'll do now is I added that little like Route 66 sign, just give it kind of like the older or the old modern or whatever. But so what we'll do now is add the text to kind of give it that wow and stuff like that. So what we'll do is go to your text tool right here. Make sure your color is in like this color, like gray, kind of like a mid gray. Press OK. Click on pretty much your layer. Make sure your layer is on the top, and then we'll do like, say like best car question mark. And I use Luckiest Guy font. You can use any one you like. I always feel like Luckiest Guy is like the best one. But yeah, check that. Duplicate the text, or before you do that, make sure you size this right. Yeah, size it to where you want it to be like. So we'll do like around that size. Check mark it, and now duplicate it. Because if you don't, if you like make it small and then duplicate it and then do all this stuff I'm about to show you, it makes the text blurry when you have to resize it. So yeah, so what we'll do now is on the bottom layer, go to FX and do bevel and emboss. All right, make sure it's on default, so you just hit reset the default. Press OK. Go on your top layer, go to FX and go to color overlay, and make sure it's white. Then now what you do is press Control T on your bottom layer, and then move the bottom layer by 1 pixel. So we'll do like 911, and then 107. So we'll move both of them down by 1. All right, and then now do Control Alt Shift T, and then just do a bunch. We'll do like 11. You can like, some people do like 50, but I like to just keep mine at a minimum. We'll add some more on. So right here, we'll add like maybe like 17. Move your top layer along the line just like that. We'll add more. We'll add some more. That's what I'm saying. It all depends. But yeah, here we go. You see Thanovic and Stripe do this a lot with their thumbnails, with the wording. But yeah, so yeah, we get that down. So press your last layer that you made, which is the copy one. So copy 23, scroll down to your first one, the best car, hold down shift, and then click on your last one. That's gonna pretty much select all the other ones. So yeah, so now you're gonna do Control E to make it one layer. And then now for your top one, we're gonna do a drop shadow. Make sure your drop shadow blend mode is on color burn. And then right here, we're gonna just make it to 0 so we actually see where it's going. So the angle on it's correct. So we'll put it about right here. Size it a little bit to kind of blur it out. Maybe add some opacity. You can always add more distance onto it. But yeah, you want to kind of blend it to where it's kind of like more 3D dimensional and stuff like that. But that looks pretty good. Yeah, so now what we'll do, once you got that down, you're gonna click on the copy. It should say like copy 23 because of how many copies you did when you merged them. So now you're gonna do FX stroke. You're gonna do 2 strokes. So you're gonna do one in black, which should be like kind of like the top one like that. All right, you press OK. Most of the time I like to do like maybe 4, maybe 5, and then stroke, add that in. It's gonna be behind it. And then so you gotta do more than that. So we'll do like 11, 12 maybe. Yeah, 12 looks good. All right, and then we'll do like 6 for the in between. So yeah, now you have this. So now you can also merge these into each other. Control E to merge it. And pretty much just look at it, see if you want it that way. Control T if you want to transform it. Change the perspective on it to maybe up a little bit more. Maybe have an angle. Yeah, look at it. So yeah, pretty much that's the end of the video. This is how the thumbnail turned out. And then pretty much, if you can always mess around, add some more stuff. It's all about creativity. Like you know, Thanovic, Stripe, and like Spookluke and all of them, they have really good thumbnails. The people who do their thumbnails are really creative people and stuff like that. So yeah, you always gotta be creative with it. Throw in your own spice and stuff like that. This is just, I haven't really seen that many tutorials that literally show you that kind of style of like Rocket League thumbnails. So yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Let me know if y'all want me to do any more stuff like this. Maybe like a tutorial on how I get these types of pictures and backgrounds in Rocket League. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. It's your boy Tommy, aka Boxule. I'll see y'all guys next time, and I'm out. Peace.